What up, Nitro family? You know who it is, Corey Jordan, TTR Racing. Just sitting up here, just going over my clutch and stuff, man. Like I said, I ran that race up in the Tocqueville, the SIC race. Turned out real good. I made the I made the C main and Sportsman Buggy and the B main and Truggy. I mean that I didn't have no trouble. Everything ran fine, no issues at all. So I was really pleased with that, even though it's not where I want to be. I want to make that A main, but you know, um, I'm pleased with it. Pleased with the results. Like I say, I haven't raced in a big race in over about 6 months. So like I said, all the equipment lasted, no problems, nothing broke. I did break my A arm in practice on the buggy, but was able to repair that. But far as like qualifying and on main day, everything ran flawless, no issues with that. It's just me just getting some more track time, which is coming. And like last week, I went up to Birmingham and checked on my grandmother's house and stuff. We got to do some cleaning up there because they didn't broke into my grandmama's house, even though she's in Gaston with my mom. My mom take care of her, so just got to go up there and clean her house out and get it cleaned up and back in order. So we'll probably do that week after next. But last week I went to my local track up to the Warehouse Hobby Raceway in Helena, Alabama, the Warehouse Hobby Raceway, and did some practicing. Like I said, practice went well. Everything ran fine, no issues, none of that. So it was smooth. I put some videos up. Y'all met my new homeboy Brody. It was that weekend when I met him up there in Helena. That practice day when I ran up there at the Warehouse Raceway, and everything ran fine. So now I'm just going back over my clutches since I put a lot of run time on my clutch and stuff. So I'm just going back over everything. I'm running the Reds clutch on my buggy with a steel flywheel. And y'all remember, I looked at some videos today, and some people were saying the heavier flywheel would give you more bottom end, which that's not true. Once you go with a heavier flywheel, it's gonna smooth out the bottom. The bottom end is not gonna hit as hard. It's gonna make a smoother engagement. So that's why in buggy, I want that smooth engagement in buggy. Now in truggy, I want my truck the more aggressive as possible. So in my truck, I run a aluminum flywheel, which is lighter than the steel, which is a lighter flywheel, which would make the bottom end more aggressive. So if you want more aggressive bottom end, run a aluminum or a light flywheel. That's less mass that your motor got to turn to get up to RPMs. It's common sense. If it's lighter, it's gonna get up to RPMs faster, which is gonna give you more bottom end. If it's a heavier flywheel, like a heavy flywheel or a steel flywheel like this one, it's gonna spool up just a little slower than it would with aluminum, with a light or aluminum flywheel. So don't get that confused. If you want more bottom end, go with the aluminum flywheel, or either a lightweight flywheel. So don't get that confused. A more aggressive bottom end, aluminum flywheel or a light flywheel. More smoother, more controllable bottom end power, you want a heavier flywheel or a steel flywheel. So, and also to help you with a smoother engagement, I'm running 2 aluminum shoes and 2 aluminum and 2 composite shoes. So that also smooths it out. Even though on my truck I run the same thing, 2 aluminum, and 2 composite. But if you just want all out, the most aggressive bottom end, just run all aluminum flywheel and run all aluminum shoes. So that's just me and my driving style. So it's just wherever you want. You know your driving style. You know what you want, especially bashing. If I was bashing, all these would be aluminum, and I would run light aluminum shoes, all aluminum shoes, and with aluminum or a lightweight flywheel. Just give you more aggressive bottom end. I know y'all want want y'all stuff to pull wheelies. If I was gonna try to pull a wheelie on my car, I'll run a light flywheel or aluminum flywheel with all aluminum shoes, and probably would try our 1.1 springs. Even if you have a four-wheel clutch or 4-shoe clutch, I would run. If you want the aggressiveness, I would run all aluminum shoes with probably all 1.1 springs. So that's it. Just remember that. You'll be good as far as you tuning, you know what I'm saying, your getting your flywheel and your shoes and getting your clutch set up. It's simple. Don't try to make it difficult, because like I said, you know, it's a lot of adjustments to these cars, more than people know. You just need to keep things simple and easy as possible, you know. But yeah, I'm just sitting up here just going over my clutch. I took the car out 5 minutes ago and it ran pretty good, but it cut off, so I came in and was checking my shoes because it ran out of the, started off good out the hole, bottom end was good, and then I don't know, it just stopped. So just looking over this, like I said, I know I got a lot of run time on these, on my clutch, on my bearings too. So on my bearings, so I just have to look over them. You gotta do your maintenance. Do your maintenance. So just looking over stuff and make sure everything's good. And they look good, so I'm gonna put them back on. And what I was doing on my clutch is just make sure my springs were good, not getting hung up. So I'm going through each spring and make sure they're still tight. So like I said, this one right here is tight still. It's not loose, because sometimes your spring may break and you might not know it. So you have to go through and just check ever so often. Like I said, I know I put a lot of run time on the whole race day. A whole 3 days racing at the SIC race, and then came back the following week and did a whole, pretty much a race day, practicing and racing at the warehouse last week. And so it's a lot of run time on the clutch and clutch shoes and clutch springs. So I'm just checking over my springs and clutches and just make sure all of them are still tight, and there's nothing that's really loose or broke. All the springs are still tight. So just going over, doing a little maintenance. Nothing too serious. So all these, my springs are still pretty good. So I'm gonna put my shims back on. And also, I'm finna check my clutch nut. Sometimes your clutch nut may loosen up, so, and it may make your engine run erratic. So just check this stuff every so often. If you know you had a lot of run time on your engine, like I have these last couple of weeks, so I'm just going back and just checking over stuff. So that's still tight. So it's just a good thing to do. especially if the engine acting erratic a little bit or doing something that's out of normal. Just check all this little stuff right here so you know that's good. So I know all this is pretty good. So I'm putting my bearings back on. Clutch bell back on. I'm just running a 13-tooth clutch bell. You see everything spinning free. So I'm gonna change my engine nut. Just trying to strip out on me, I think. So change this out. So got me another screw. Put on the washer. Got my 2.5 hex driver. Just gonna put on a little, it's a dab of Loctite. It's a dab of that Loctite. And now I'm gonna put my shims back on. You just want a little play in your flywheel. It just give your clutch bell bearings just enough room to expand when they get hot. So just doing it, just go back over it, just do it right. Just make sure a little play is in the clutch bell. Just tighten it up all the way down. I'm not going to tighten it all the way tight right now. I'm just going to check and see how much play I got. If I might have to put another shim, I can go and take it back off. So it's really too tight. That's too tight. So I'm going to take one of the shims off. So I'm going to take one of these shims out. Okay. So I'm going to take my flywheel nut, flywheel screw, my clutch bell screw, tighten it back down again, check the play again. You just want a little slack. I just want a little bit of play in the bell. That's better. That's a little bit too much. See if I can find a thinner shim in here. Find a thinner shim. And y'all check y'all shims every so often too, because sometimes these shims can bend or bow or wallow out. So check these shims. So I'm just gonna tighten it down, but not all the way. So you got a little play. Got a little play. That's all I need. Got a little play. Now I'm gonna tighten it on up. Just snug it up. Let's see, got a little play. Good to go. See, look at that. Smooth. So if y'all let me go mount this up, and I'll be back with my family in a minute. Let me mount this up right quick. But yeah, y'all remember, like I say, if you want a more aggressive bottom end, if you want that bottom end snap the most, you can get aluminum flywheel. If you want that hard engagement, get all aluminum shoes and try. If you want that, lift the front end up off the ground. Try all 1.1 springs and all aluminum shoes. If you want a little bit more smoother engagement, go with the steel flywheel and either a heavy flywheel, and just try out, you know what I'm saying, the 2 aluminum, 2 composites. If you do 2 aluminum, 2 composites, still gonna give you, especially if you still have an aluminum flywheel, this is just tuner options, you still gonna get a whole lot of bottom end. It's just because of the flywheel is light. And if you do it at 4 shoe, 2 aluminum, 2 composites, it just on those composite springs, I would probably run for the springs, I probably run 1.0 springs instead of 1.1s. Just that aluminum and heavier flywheel, the steel and a heavier flywheel just can give you a smoother engagement. You're gonna make your power band more smooth to the high end, or smoothing. So, like I said, buggies are a little bit harder to drive, so you might, especially if you're racing, you might, you know what I'm saying, want to think about having that smoother engagement. It's gonna give you more car control. So, just something to think about. Something you may want to try and just see what's best for you. And but yeah, just remember that you want that hard engagement, run that aluminum flywheel with all aluminum shoes. If you want it more smoother, go with the 2 composite, 2 aluminum shoes, 1.0 springs with a steel flywheel, or with a heavier flywheel, give you a smoother, not as aggressive bottom end. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, y'all. But like I said, let me go and start this back in the car. I don't want to bore y'all with putting the engine back in the car, but I'm just running just my practice engine, the Reds R5R, with the 2104 pipe, Reds pipe, and with the TS3 glow plug, or either the P3, the Reds TS3 and the P3 glow plug. Both of those are ultra hot plugs, and that is basically the same plug. So you can run, if you can't find the Reds with TX3, something like that, glow plug, get the P3 glow plug. It's the same plug. They both of them ultra hot. So that's another little tip. The P3 plug and the TS3 by Red's glow plug. I'm gonna find the correct name and let y'all know about that Red's plug. But yeah, that plug and the P3 plug are the same plugs, ultra hot plugs. So, well, all right, y'all. Let me put this back in the car and I'll get back with you. All right, y'all, I'm back. Oh yeah, the name of that the Red's glow plug is the TS3 glow plug. It's the same as the P3 glow plug. Both of them the same. So if you get either one, you'll be good. An ultra hot plug. So I'm just gonna crank it up. I'm not gonna do nothing too crazy with it. I'll probably run it a little more tomorrow, but I'm just gonna run and just check everything out, see how everything is with the engine and clutch and with the clutch bell bearings and stuff, since they had a lot of run time on them. So I'm just testing it out just to see just how she run and stuff. So like I said, I'm running the R5R engine, the 2104 pipe, and I think this is I got the P3 plug in this one. So I'm gonna check it out and see what it do. around a little bit. Alright, y'all, that's it. So, like I say, my engine, when I first cranked it up today, I went out, ran, it cut off. And then I went back and went over looked at my clutch bell, looked at my clutch shoes, looked at my clutch springs, looked at my clutch springs, my clutch shoes, my clutch bell bearings, and my clutch bell bearings, and just checked over all that little stuff and see. Now it's running more consistent. It's not cutting off. So sometimes you just have to go back and just look over your stuff, you know, and just make sure, clean it off, get all that carbon and all the clutch shoe dust off and all that stuff. So just little stuff like that matters, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, this cool joint with TTR Racing. Y'all just let's just try to be positive in these videos, man. And it's too much of going back and forth over stuff that really don't matter. About who do this, who do that. I mean, we all in the same game. We all brothers. We all in this brotherhood. We all family. So it's about helping each other out. Yeah, if somebody need help, let's help them. It's about it, you know what I'm saying, need some engines or something that you can afford to give away or something like that, then do it. Yeah. No questions asked. But yeah, y'all, like I said, just treat people the way you want to be treated. And like I say, once what go around, come around. So always remember that what goes around, come around, and just treat people the way you want to be treated. It's all good. Especially all good with me. Like I said, I ain't trying to get over on nobody. I ain't trying to lead nobody the wrong way. I ain't trying to get rich off YouTube or nothing like that. I'm just doing this because I enjoy the hobby. And I'm willing to help other people too. But I love y'all. Corey join TTR Racing. Holla back at you. Remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. Later, y'all. Yeah.